I'm Anne.
And I'm Monica.
And this is the episode where we remake another
no.
episode.
Okay.
This
sure.
is awkward, but it's on theme because we're talking about He's All That. And,
yes.
you know,
yes.
movie was awkward too. So.
It makes sense. It's just, yeah, I get it. Don't worry.
It does. All right, guys.
Anyways.
Welcome back. I know.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
We're
very irregular with these episodes.
It is.
But that's just
the people
life.
have called. They asked for this episode. They corralled together, and we were like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let us appease them.
Yeah. Yes. So we're here
today. Yeah, we're exactly.
What is it? How do you do this again? Yes, this is a roasting movies by the fire.
Thank you. Yes.
Isn't? Yeah, it is. It is.
It is
a roasting movies by the fire. Another one, because the last one we did was In the Heights, and now we're back because there's another movie for us to roast.
Yes, we are roasting He's All That, the 2021 remake of She's All That.
That absolutely nobody asked for.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for, but it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here. And it notoriously is starring TikTok sensation Addison Rae.
Yes.
Who was famous on TikTok for dancing? Sort of.
See, that's what I didn't
really
know, but I think it is.
It's
right?
it's pretty much dancing.
Okay.
But yeah. That's
okay.
That's it.
She like with Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah, her and Charlie D'Amelio. I think I don't know if
I like the same
friends.
people.
I think they're friends.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Either they're friends or they just became famous at the same time. But
like
I think
the same way.
The whole friends thing was part of their little shtick.
Yeah.
Who's
the one who went on Jimmy or something and people were mad
Charlie?
about it?
Both of them actually.
Both of them.
They've both been on it. So.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah. You've probably heard of Addison Rae at this point. You maybe seen her face. If you don't, you're lucky. You're just completely unaware of everything. So
I'm gonna be honest. I only was aware when she got casted for this movie. I didn't know about her before.
See, I'm active on the TikTok, so I know.
TikToks, yeah.
I know. Unfortunately,
I don't have TikToks, so I was. A lot of the references, maybe if they did this in the film, I was like, wait, what? Like, is this supposed to be a nod, a wink to her? Let's call it talents.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's
anyways, let's get into it.
Yes.
What is this movie about, Anne? Maybe give a little rundown of what She's All That is about. Just like a quick.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
Overview of the '90s movie with Freddie Prinze Jr. and whatever her face is.
I'm a huge fan of She's All That.
Like, I am not. I did not enjoy that movie.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I was a big fan. Always have been. Always will be. It's about Lainey Boggs. She's a loser. And then Freddie Prinze Jr., forgot his name, Zach, is, he does a bet with his friends where he has to make over a loser, a.k.a. Lainey Boggs, and make her into the prom queen. Just like, that's the bet. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the premise. I think you guys.
And then they fall in love.
They fall in love.
She takes off her glasses and gets a nice haircut, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're actually pretty. You're
beautiful." I mean, those are like the classic makeover movies. There's only like the most popular ones. I think would be She's All That, Princess Diaries, and like Miss Congeniality. I think those are the big three that people talk about.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
I guess Devil Wears Prada, but I don't really.
It's one of those ones where you think of like the teen movies where she just takes off her glasses and all of a sudden she's like a brand new person.
Beautiful. And they tried to like give her like a unibrow, but I was like, y'all.
Yeah.
They were like, no, not too bad.
Yeah, no, she didn't look bad before. She was just an artsy kid.
Yeah, she was a standoffish artsy kid, but then she got made over and yeah.
So now this is the gender swapped remake.
This is gender swapped.
So you can imagine the girl this time is going to be the popular, hot, whatever person, and then the guy is going to be this loser that she has to make over. So that's basically what this movie is.
Yes, it is a direct remake. So basically, our protagonist's name is Paget Sawyer, and she's an
stupid
influencer.
Name, by the way. I don't like that name.
Oh my gosh, I hated it.
Sounds like a Beanie Baby.
I thought her name was Pageant half the time, and I was like, Paget? Oh my goodness.
It sounds like a dog.
Terrible. It does actually, like a poodle.
Like Patches, you know.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know why they did that. Her name's Paget Sawyer, and she's an influencer, like beauty guru, self-improvement influencer, like under all those titles.
It's very unclear actually what she actually influences.
Right?
But
I was
she's
like,
an
she has a
influencer.
YouTube channel, but then
No, it's
I
a
was like,
TikTok
oh, no, it's
channel.
TikTok. Yeah. Weird. But then she clearly goes like on live.
She goes live a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, that has to be Instagram. Like they mesh them all
but
together.
you can go live on TikTok, so that's probably.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Weird. All right, there you go.
Now you know.
Something new every day. But basically, we see that she's putting on a front. So her room is like really decked out and super nice, but she acts like she's well off, but she really is not, and she has to pay the bill sometimes to help her mom. So she's living a double life, if you want to call it that. Mm-hmm. And Paget is dating this guy named Jordan Van Dranen, who's like a guy at her high school, but he's trying to become a singer. So she's going to visit him on set and to surprise him with some croquembouche.
Croquembouche.
Yeah, never had that. But
my mom makes it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So she goes with her two friends and she films the whole thing, but then she finds him with cheating on her with one of his backup dancers. So she goes ballistic. And the whole thing is caught on live. Like her friend was recording the whole thing. And for some reason, she gets a lot of hate.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
People start hating her and defending Jordan. And it's like, she literally got caught like being cheated on live. And people were like, no, I side with Jordan. Like, what? That would never happen in real life, first of all.
I feel like you would get like two people. Like I'm sure like there's
but the majority made no sense.
Definitely not. I like the only thing that was like realistic is she probably would be a meme. Yes. That would definitely happen.
Oh yeah. But people wouldn't like hate her.
But it wouldn't hate her like that, no. But anyways, people do hate her in this movie, and they think the display was embarrassing, and her sponsor drops her, which is bad, especially bad for her because she needed that money for her college fund. So just skip a little scenes, and Paget ends up making a bet with her friend Alden that she can give a loser a makeover and make him just as popular as Jordan, because she ended up making him over. I don't know if that's a verb. Back when she first met him, so she thinks she can do it again and get the guy to be voted as prom king, and then she for some reason feels like that will help her popularity, and then she'll get her sponsorship back. And
I think she wanted to like document it, so
she wanted to document everything.
Bring her reputation back up.
Everything.
Yeah,
everything is filmed. You should just assume that.
Yeah.
So they end up picking Cam, who's like a super standoffish
a horse boy.
A horse boy. He's
literally a horse girl,
Excuse
but
me?
a boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And they pick Cam. He's like super standoffish and like provocative, and he speaks his mind when people don't ask. And she's like, oh, he's like the most difficult one. So she's like not happy about it, right?
Yeah.
So she tries to get in his good graces, but he's not having it. So she has to sign up for one of his like horseback riding lessons, and that's the only way she can get can hang out with him. So they do it, and they end up bonding over poop, which I don't even want to talk about. But anyways, he does the lesson for her, and then she invites Cam and his best friend Nisha to a pool karaoke party, and there Paget's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend shows up with his side ting. So Paget,
who's now his main ting, I guess.
Yeah, who's now his main ting. And while Paget is singing karaoke, so she's getting
and
really
doing some like extensive choreography.
Oh my gosh, the dancing. No.
She's just doing some like really extra choreography while doing karaoke, and it just doesn't make any sense.
I was like, what? Also, her voice would not. Unless you're Beyonce, your voice would be shaky, my friend.
Yeah. Did I mention she's also a quote unquote singer like Addison Rae? Like she puts out like music and stuff too.
Does she?
Yeah.
I literally was like, when she went up, I was like, can she sing? Like,
when you're watching a teen movie, if they're making the main character sing, it means that main character probably puts out music.
Yeah. I feel like they make characters sing all the time though, and they're not. Like that happens at least because it's a remake. Especially in the 90s, early 2000s, they did make people sing for no reason, even if they weren't.
Well,
singers.
I remember like A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore.
Oh yeah, she
like
did.
They had her singing in that one, and she was like a singer. She was in like a band or whatever. They always do that.
Yeah. So okay, well, there you go.
And like Raven Simone, and Julie Andrews in Princess Diaries too.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot.
I told you, 90 like these teenagers love making.
No, but for example, Anne Hathaway sang a lot, but she didn't have music.
She didn't sing in Princess Diaries.
She sang in you haven't watched it, that's why. Ella Enchanted.
Oh, like, well, she's kind. She didn't put out music, but she's kind of a singer. She was in Les Miserables.
You know, no, I'm not saying she can't sing, but I'm saying they would make her sing in movies, but she never put out any music.
That's true.
So.
Okay, I'm guessing maybe she's the exception.
But yeah,
but anyways,
we're going on a tangent.
I'm just saying it's like it's a classic thing to make.
Yes, a trope.
I had a feeling they were gonna make her sing in this one, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I was like, hey, why is she singing? But I guess it's a karaoke party, so whatever. So, so her ex-boyfriend shows up and she's like starts freezing up on stage. So Cam goes up and sings with her to make her feel better. And this helps her popularity somehow, which okay.
People love it. I think it goes viral for some reason.
Yeah, it goes viral.
Just two people singing Katy Perry. Like, okay.
Nobody cares. And then the next day, Paget finds an excuse to hang out with Cam again, and they go horseback riding again. And he ends up bringing her to a train station. Is it like Union Station? I don't know. Which is like his happy place, you know, the classic.
Oh, he's also a photographer. I feel like that's important.
Oh, yeah, he's a photographer. So he talks about how he harasses people and takes their pictures without their permission. Yeah.
It's kind of, he's a photographer in the same way that the original girl in Lainey, whatever, was an artist. So she hides her art and he hides his pictures from the world.
Yeah. So he doesn't really, he's really private about his photography, yet he brings his camera around with him everywhere. Yeah. And he reveals that it's his mom's camera. So like, that's why it's near and dear to his heart. And his mom, I should mention, his mom passed away 4 years ago in a plane crash. Literally, when he was telling that story, I literally thought it was a joke for a second. I was like, why? Like, I don't know. There was so much detail that I thought it was like, nah, this is a joke. Right? Because, I don't know. But anyways, he talks about his mom. And then Paget finally opens up about her parental situation, which, okay, I'll talk about this more in the things I didn't like. Mm-hmm. The whole time I was like, are they going to address that she's Lainey Boggs? Like, the whole time I was waiting, right?
So is her mom actually Lainey Boggs?
Yes. No, not in the movie. Sorry. Like, the actress.
Oh, yeah.
And I was waiting for her to reveal, like, I thought they were going to do an Easter egg or something. And the whole time I was like, where's your dad? Like the whole time. And then she was like, he's in Florida. And I was like, damn it. Nope. It's not it.
Because it's important to note that Lainey Boggs from the original movie plays the mom in this one. But it's not the same character. She's not the child of the two characters from She's All That. Which would have been, I feel like, more interesting. But we can talk about that later.
Oh, Monica. Don't get me started. So, basically they open up to each other and they're getting close. Oh, and she admits that her mom's a nurse, which apparently she's been lying about the whole time, which I was like, what have you been telling people that your mom is? Which a nurse is really,
well, everyone thinks she's rich, so I guess
I guess so. She just says and then Cam agrees to go to he agrees to the makeover, but he doesn't really agree to it. It's just under the pretense that they're going to Paget's friend's birthday party, and it's like a 20s theme, a Great Gatsby's theme, party. Yep. So he brings his little sister Bryn and Nisha, his best friend, along, and they all go shopping, and they have the classic montage. I did enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie, I do like montages. I'm very easily pleased. It's very cool. And then she ends up giving him a haircut, cutting his face. Wait, what?
Cutting his face? You mean shaving his face?
Shaving his face? She cuts him. She's like, I'm done. It's over. Anyway, so then now Cam's handsome, okay? Because we couldn't see it before.
Honestly, clearly. In this movie, the change was pretty drastic. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what I'm thinking? I was like, bruh, I'm convinced they put dirt on his face.
Like, like you looked gross before. Like, it makes sense now. I think they learned from the first movie where like people were saying, you know, she literally looks the exact same when they did the makeover, just no glasses and a nice outfit. But in this case, he actually did look really different.
He looked dirty before.
Yeah, he was like, so gross before.
I was like, he looks like he smells.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cam's handsome now, and Paget is like, oh, he's handsome. So they go to a party, and they're having fun and stuff until Bryn, dumb little sister, kisses John, which Jordan. Okay, I have to say that's a little snake, okay?
Yeah,
because you know that guy is the ex-boyfriend of the friend of the girl
also,
who's
he
like
kind
being
of took
your friend right
advantage
now.
of her. I feel like
I do think he took advantage of her, but also you know he like cheated on her publicly. So I'm like, what was the plan here? Like,
I
let's
don't know
say
what she was expecting.
Like, were you gonna tell Paget that you made out with him? Like, was that never gonna be revealed? It wasn't. I know it wasn't until it was.
It was just a weird situation because it's like, why would you go and like, I don't know. He's just creepy, and why? Like, why would you even do that?
I didn't find him like. I shouldn't talk about this. I'll talk about it later. Okay. Tangent. But anyways, so Cam ends up fighting for his sister's honor.
It was such a weird fight scene. I didn't like it.
They had a fight scene, and Cam ends up winning because you know he's Cobra Kai, and Jordan gets pissed and throws Cam's camera in the pool, and Cam's super pissed about it because you know, like we said, it was his mom's camera. So he storms off and like, you know, tells off what's your face, Paget, because he's like, what am I even doing here? Like, he feels like it's a waste of time. So the next day, Cam's been nominated. Like, he goes to school and he finds out he's been nominated for prom king because the fight was filmed and it went viral too. And he's actually down to be in the run this time because he hates Van Dran so much. So he's like, you know what? Let's do this. Then, meanwhile, Paget has a confrontation with Alden, and Alden reveals that she hooked up with Van Dran and that she's purposely been trying to sabotage Paget because she wants to be the prom queen. And basically she calls out Paget for being fake and lying about being poor. And
apparently her friends knew the whole time.
Yeah, they knew for quite a bit that she was lying about it, but they went along with it. But Alden was like, nah, B, I don't rate it. And basically she betrays her, right? So Cam ends up apologizing for going off on Paget the night before, and he invites her over to his house. And then there he shows her his dark room with all the photography that he has, and which he hasn't shown anyone, so it's like super meaningful. And they end up kissing, and Paget starts to feel guilty about the whole bet thing, and she considers telling him, but she chickens out. Then at this fundraiser car wash, then at this fundraiser car wash event, Cam shows up with a promposal, like he proposes to Paget, and she says yes, but then Alden outs her about the whole bet thing. And Cam's like, screw you. And
it's so funny. He's like, I was a fucking bet. It was like really funny. Like, I laughed literally so hard when he said that.
They were like, she's all that. Let's do the exact same line. So then Paget ends up going to prom alone, and she's super sad, allegedly. And she calls, we will talk about this too. And she calls Cam's sister to try and convince her to convince him to show up to prom because she has a plan or something, right? So Paget ends up, well, she loses the bet, clearly, but she wins prom queen, and she does this speech about oh my gosh. She does this speech about how being fake is not good, and like, you know, she's been a lie this whole time, and how someone, Cam, taught her how to be more herself and, you know, to be truthful and stuff. So then Paget realizes that Cam's not there, so she leaves the prom thinking that he didn't show up, but he actually shows up in the courtyard of the school on a horse. She's a horse girl.
So funny.
And they
on a horse.
Yeah. And they kiss, and that's the end. And now she's a travel vlogger, so she's more meaningful, apparently.
Yeah, they like her and what's his face travel like to Europe. Yeah, the whole freaking movie, all he could talk about was traveling to Europe. Yeah, so they travel to Europe together, and they both get matching tattoos.
Exactly, of loser.
Yeah, because she lost the bet with what's her face.
What the bet was about. And the end. Wow.
So many important things. I love this movie.
Okay. I feel like you're going to hate it more than me because you didn't like She's All That. But also,
I mean, it's not even that I hated She's All That. I just wasn't a big fan. It was a little boring.
Oh my goodness. It hurts my heart, but it's everyone has lots of their own opinions
or whatever
stuff.
Yeah. I guess we could just jump right into things we liked.
Yeah.
If any.
I have 3 things.
I have like
I have 2.5.
1.5.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll just say, okay. I liked how it kind of did remind me a little bit of like the 90s rom-coms, but like like, you know, when you watch like newer rom-coms like Kissing Booth and whatever else, it doesn't have that feel at all.
No.
But this one did kind of have that feel where it was just like way too cheesy and like had all the tropes, like, you know, the montage and the makeover and whatever. So it kind of reminded me of that. Honestly, maybe my bar is just super low now with teen rom-coms nowadays, but like the writing, is that what I'm looking for? Like the way that the teenagers talked wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, actually,
like there wasn't too many like, you know, hashtag whatever, like, you know how they try to make teen talk, like it didn't sound that bad. Like they were talking rather normally for teenagers, and I appreciated that. Doesn't mean they didn't say cringy things, but it didn't sound like some 40-year-old trying to be like, okay, this is how the kids these days talk, and they tried to be all like, you know, I don't know if you've seen the show Love, Victor, but there's a character in that show that is like the textbook example of like millennials or adults who think they know what teens sound like. There's this one character who just talks like that, where she's like, oh my god, that is like so hashtag whatever, and I'm like, nobody says that. Nobody talks like that. So I thought that's how it was gonna be, but it was not, so I was grateful for that. They like good. You know, kept it to like normal conversation. And then I guess my only other thing is like, I guess some of the side actors were decent at acting, like you know, Madison Pettis is Madison Pettis. You know, she's quite talented.
Madison. She came.
At first I thought the guy, what's his face, Cameron, was a decent actor, but then it kind of fell off a little for me like halfway through the movie, and I was like, I don't know about that.
I still, because I guess I've seen him in other stuff, so I know he can. It's just like,
I haven't seen him in anything. I didn't know he was in any other things.
Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Oh, that's on my list, so I'm gonna have to watch that.
He's not great, but he's definitely not
okay, good to know.
Bad.
But yeah, like some of the acting was decent, but maybe it only looked that way compared to the bad acting. So that's it. That's pretty much it for me.
Okay. So we have some one coinciding thing. But I said, I can't lie. Literally, some scenes were well done. Like, I missed the early 2000s. Like, that's what I wrote verbatim. Basically, some of the scenes were like nostalgic or made me think of like that time of like those fun, like lighthearted teen. Like, I feel like that's what the Kissing Booth was missing. Like, the Kissing Booth was too serious, low key. It was dumb, but also it tried to be serious, and that's like not fun. Versus this one was still like, even like the cinematography, it's very bright. Like, you know that they're trying to be more lighthearted. They're not trying to be that movie. And I don't like when teen movies try to take themselves seriously, unless you are like gonna be good, which you know. And I wrote, it was fun-ish, you know, like it wasn't, I will say, I don't know, I guess you did, but I wasn't bored. Like, I was never like,
it wasn't being, like, it definitely wasn't boring per se.
No, I wasn't like, it wasn't like a thing to get through, versus I could say for other ones it was. But and I like the soundtrack, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very easily pleased.
I honestly I don't remember the soundtrack.
You
except
don't?
For when
they had like
Teenage Dream, when they sang Teenage Dream,
they had like the main theme song they played like every time, romantic stuff, like when he came out of the makeover thing, or when they kissed, or at the beginning of the movie. I don't know why I like that, but I do. I like when a movie has a central song like that they pick as the theme of the movie, I guess. Like, even To All the Boys' theme, some people would say is I Like Me Better. I don't care that they played it like once. I just like consistency. Like, if you're gonna play it, you know, I like that. So
that makes sense.
That is it. Those are the three things that I
that's it.
like. Yeah.
All right. Yep. I guess things we don't like now.
Things we didn't.
Where do I begin?
Okay.
First of all, just there was a lot of moments in this movie where I was watching it and I genuinely felt like physically in pain. Where
I could
was
tell like, what moments I was like, some moments I literally watched and I was like, Monica's gonna hate this.
I was cringing so hard in like a lot. Like, it would be fine for a minute and then something would happen and I would literally be like, oh my god, what is happening right now? Like, it was just very uncomfortable. Like, first of all, I'm sorry, but Addison Rae, like you tried. I appreciate the effort. I can see there was an effort made, but girl, I'm sorry, you can't act. Like I apologize.
Has the most monotone face and voice I've ever seen in my life.
Like it's not even monotone. Like it sounds like she's reading a script. Like it sounds like she's like you can tell she's just like saying the lines and not like, you know what I mean? Like when you're watching a movie, you shouldn't be like watching it and thinking like, oh, that was the line in the script. Like you should not even be thinking about that. It should sound like they're actually saying those things,
the words.
But I could just tell she was just going through the script. Even if there was emotion, it would just be like, oh, but like guys, and it would sound like she's reading off a script basically, and like adding in the emotion. It didn't sound good at all.
I'm not like super picky with acting. Like a lot of actors that people think is bad, like if it's fine, like if I get the gist, I usually overlook it, especially if the story's good or whatever. I honestly don't even care about acting half the time, but this one I could like it was literally like, especially I don't understand, like it might not even be 100%. It is, though, her fault because she's not an actress. It's their fault, though, for hiring her that she's not an actress. But if you're going to pick someone who's not an actress, I think as producers, whatever, whoever's in charge, you should do your best to, like, make it look, like, make the person look as good as they can, right? In the scene where he finds out that she's doing the bet thing, the easiest thing to make her look like a good actress is to spritz some water on her eyes and make her look like she's crying, because that's like this is the most emotional scene of the movie, allegedly. Okay, so
like, I think her best acting performance was during the scene where she was like got caught cheating, like at the very beginning.
Yes,
and I was like, okay, like, maybe she's not that bad. And then the rest of the movie went on, and I was like, oh no,
because I was like, this is like, she's doing it in a not too serious, not too comedic way, and like it's genuine. It looks like, oh, this fits like the genre of the film, right?
Yeah.
But then as soon as like the serious moments that happen after that, even like when she found out Alden was like two-timing her, bruh, the lines were like, I thought we were friends, but how did you know?
Like that's what I'm saying. And like honestly, I feel like now, like before, I used to think actors were so like, you know, oh my god, they're so annoying. Like, why do they always be like, oh, it's like an art form, you need to do it right?
Yeah,
like,
I always thought like
acting school. I was like, acting.
I was like, anybody can kind of do a lot of the like. I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought other than dramas, like pretty much anybody could do the rest. Of the stuff. But then this just made me realize like you can actually tell the difference when someone like has not done any kind of like acting proper training or whatever. Like you can just tell. It sounds like it's like a middle school play, you know. But it's like, you know what's crazy to me? I feel like she must have never been in any type of like musical or play or anything, because there are kids that they take straight from high school who have been like, that's what Disney kids are. They just take musical theater kids and then put them in. So I was hoping that she had that experience, and like people were just thrown off by the fact that she was doing acting because they didn't know that she used to do musical theater or something. I was hoping. I don't think that's the case. No, I don't
think so. I think her only experience is just like dance, maybe. I think she was just a dancer, but
I know she was like a actual dancer, but like that doesn't translate at all. I don't even know how she would.
It just, you know,
it was not.
And
you know why?
It was not good.
I don't know her. I know a lot of people hate her. I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked into it. So whatever. I'm sure there's legitimate reasons. But I do feel like it's easier to hate teenage girls. Like I do think everybody 100% tries to. So I was hoping that she would do well, you know, so that at least people couldn't say anything. Like just like at least the people who aren't interested in it could just like move on, and then people who are fans of those kind of movies. But now I feel like, you know, you're gonna have 30-year-old men come out of the woodworks and watch this movie, and then they're gonna have too much to say for a teenage girl. But you know, it is like her agent, she should fire whoever that is. Yeah, you know,
honestly,
or her manager. Or
I just feel bad. Like I feel bad. I don't like it. I don't like hating people, but
no,
you just can't.
That's why I feel.
I don't like
really
it when they try to take like
if to do decent.
If this movie had decent lead actress, like a one that I could actually act, I feel like it would be way more enjoyable.
Oh my gosh, I feel
like it would just be one of those guilty pleasure movies now. But now it's just a bad movie, you know. Like
my overall sensation, or what is it? Not sensation. What the heck? My overall feeling about this is that the movie had a lot of potential, like a lot of these scenes you could have taken and like put other things in, and then it would have been you could have fixed the movie very easily, I think. But okay. I guess I'll say that was pretty much the gist of it. The dance battle, don't even get me freaking started. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. There was just a dance battle at prom for no reason, and it was stupid. And I was like, it was ridiculous. Why would you? I know they were trying to do an homage to the first one, but I rewatched that scene and I was like, you guys made it even dumber, because in the original, also by the way, they have the excuse of it was in the 90s, which is like we weren't above that in the 90s and the 2000s, cheesy things. But also it was an actual scene, like he was trying to go and find Zach, the main guy, was trying to find the loser girl, and people were just dancing around them, so it was like actually a useful scene, versus this one is literally just a dance off. And I don't know why the main characters were dancing. That's the biggest thing. Like, in the other
what's her name?
was
Nisha?
Like
why was she dancing? She's not on the dance team. Like, it didn't make any sense.
I was like, since they ran out of people because COVID, like, you can't do this.
No, it was literally, I just was like, are you freaking? And it went on for so long too. I was like,
so
is it gonna
long.
finish yet? Like, I'm like, just get this over with.
It was very, very long. Okay, another thing I didn't like was, which feels like I'm going to be harping on Addison, but this is not a criticism of Addison. This is a criticism on Padgett's character. Okay. For lack thereof.
Yeah.
Who is she? Like, what is her personality?
Yeah.
What does she like?
Her character was just very poorly written too.
What is she going to school for? They kept mentioning, oh yeah, I'm going to school in New York. For what? Like, what? The way you're...
Be specific.
Because I'm like, you're an influencer, right? And you clearly make a decent amount. So it would, like, a lot of people would just be like, why wouldn't she just do that then? Like, if you're filming at a party and millions of people are watching you do karaoke, why are you concerned about going to school to New York? Is it for something that you want then? Like, that should be explained. Definitely. And I was like, this is my biggest thing, okay? Because we'll probably talk about Cam's character too on another, and I'm sure you'll talk about that. But Cam's character isn't necessarily likable. However, I think that's like kind of purposely done. Like, he's clearly jaded, like that's the idea. But they gave him a lot of like redeemable scenes and things that he did, like him going up to help her with karaoke is like nice, or like the way he talks with his little sister, or even the promposal, like him going out of his way to get out of his comfort zone to do something for her. Padgett, when? Like, the whole time she's doing the makeover, which is like,
she just like stays the same the whole time.
She does stay the same.
No character growth. No,
and she's like, oh, I'm not gonna be fake anymore. And I'm like, when were you, like, I never even saw your true self. Like
what even is your true self at this point? Like, you're saying, oh, I'm not gonna be fake, but like, okay, but what else is there? Like, I'm just
what is there?
Like, I get it if they had more scenes of her at home, where like you could tell that her actual life is just really different, and she's just really different, whatever. But no, it was just like, every time she was at home, she was just crying about stuff that was happening at school. And I was
immediately reminded of Geek Charming, and I was like, they're trying to do Geek Charming, but without all the scenes that made what's her face from Geek Charming cute. Like her being really messy and like super chill, and like, you know, talking about her mom. Like, you barely have any like redeeming. And she's lied to every single person. Like, at least if she didn't lie to her friend, sorry, I forgot her name.
Alden?
Sorry.
Or the other one?
Not Alden, the other one. I'm so sorry to her. Yeah. If she didn't lie to her, I'd be like, okay, here's one person that you trust, that you take seriously. But she lies to every single person.
And they didn't make that big of a deal about it too. Like, you know,
Quinn is her friend's name. Quinn.
Or her Quinn. Yeah, her Quinn mate was like, oh, it's okay. But then, like, I feel like people should be more shocked when they found out that, you know, she was not like who she says. I feel like people would have been like, that would have been a bigger story, you know?
Right. And it should have been like, what would have made it good is like, that reveal makes her really unpopular. Like, she really falls from grace type vibe. And then Cam that whole thing happens. So then she feels like, oh, she has a high moment, but then it goes down again. Like there's not a low enough moment. Like there wasn't a dark moment where she felt bad or had to reflect a lot, let's say, on what she did. Like literally she messed up, and then the next day she goes to prom and wins. Like has she learned anything? Like,
no.
What?
Not at all.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you want to say your next thing, because we go back and forth.
I mean, I mostly also Kourtney Kardashian. No, that whole thing was stupid. I don't know why she was in this movie. She was even worse at acting than Addison.
She was actually she was reading her lines off the Peloton.
I'm pretty sure her lines were in front of her on the Peloton, and it was really bad. Like I was actually so mad. It just pisses me off how like just little effort there was put into these things. Like, you know what I mean? I just hate when you could tell there was just no effort.
You know what makes me even more angry? She's All That had so many cameos. You had Usher, Gabrielle Union, Lil' Kim, Paul Walker, rest in peace, Freddie Prinze. You couldn't find one of those people to play like what Kourtney did. Like Gabrielle Union would have been a great person to do that. Like it would have been easy, and she can actually act. And
like it just pissed me off because it just seemed like so lazy, and it just seemed like the director, producers, whatever, just didn't care about the fact that Kourtney was not trying to put any effort in. They're like, yep, that's good, let's put that in. Like it was just terrible.
It was like, because they're friends, so let's put them. Why?
No, I think they became friends because of this.
Oh, because of this? Oh.
So like they weren't even friends. So it was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It was stupid. I was like, this is like, it just pissed me off. I was like, this is so unnecessary.
Kim things, right?
I was like, this is so unnecessary, and it's just stupid.
Yeah. And she had like so little lines. Like, you can practice.
I know. It just pissed me off. And then that's pretty much like my only your main qualms with it was just the acting, and it was just like some moments were just a little too cringy for me. Like the horseback riding was not. I couldn't do that.
That was cringy for me. Was when he tried to take off. He wiped her mouth with a rag and then tried to take off her lashes, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, no, it was just I was in physical pain. That's all I could say.
Yeah,
I was just in physical pain. Like, it's not even in a good this is just like one of those cringy guilty pleasure movies. No, it was just in a cringy bad. Like, you will not enjoy yourself.
Which is why upsets me, because I think there are a lot of scenes that are cute. Like, and I'm like, this is a waste. Like I actually did like the reveal, like we said, that was good. Like I was like, oh yeah,
like the makeover was good.
He
looked cute.
The kissing booth, is it a kissing? Oh my gosh, don't say kissing booth. The photo booth scene whatever was kind of sweet. Like I was like, oh, like I didn't hate that. The montage, you know, the little sister is a good actress. Like, you know, I was like, okay, but then they just did a bunch of other stupid things later, and then I was like, damn it, everything. Yeah. I know I have two more things that I didn't like. This is where my She's All That fandom is gonna go on. This is very biased, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it. Why are you gonna pay Rachel Lee Cook good money to stand there and pretend she's not Lainey Box? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Like, they really should have made her, you know, it should have been that, like, how do I say this? They should have made it so that she was actually the kid of the two.
Yeah, like canon.
Yeah.
Do it.
Exactly.
And I get it. You probably couldn't get Freddie Prinze. He couldn't be bothered. But whatever. Make him dead. I'm sorry. Make her a widow. And
that could have been fine, you know? And then she could have been like, oh, this sounds very familiar to me. Like,
yes,
this reminds me of how you and your dad. Like, it could have been like one of the, like, you know, the mom talk at the end of the movie when she's giving her pep talk. She could have been like, listen, I never told you this, but this is how me and your dad met. She would have been like, really? Yeah. And then she'd be like, okay, like, it's worth trying.
We didn't need to be knocked over the head with it, but stop. Like, why are they pretending like it's not a thing at all? That's what I didn't like.
She was literally in this for, like, no reason.
No reason. Like, you could have replaced her with any other actress. They could have said every single one of her lines. Nothing would have. That's why I was like, this is what made me kind of upset. If you're making a remake, to me, the idea of a remake is you want to take the crowd that liked the first movie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the point. And get other people. But, like, it feels like they spit in the face of the people who liked She's All That, because they're like, oh, you showed up here thinking you'd get a little Lainey Boggs, but no, you got Addison Rae, and that's it. The whole movie felt like a sponsorship for her. That's what it felt like. It felt like a brand deal for her. It did. So she could show off her dancing and her singing and her acting allegedly.
That's basically what it was, to be honest. Let's be real.
And that's what I didn't like. It loses the integrity. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about this. Like, I feel like the heart of the early 2000s is to take random actors who are going to be very successful later and put them in a movie.
Why do you need TikTok stars in movie? Like, I don't want to see that.
I don't. I never want to see it again. Unless they're actually like I'm saying, I don't have a problem with you being a TikTok star or you having different avenues or whatever, but just be good at what you're doing so that people can't say anything. Like, ugh.
Like, commit to it, do a good job, try your best.
Like,
maybe start out being a side character. Why do you have to be the main character?
True.
You know what I mean? Why don't you start out doing like little small characters at first, do a good job in those, get some experience, and then you could be the, like, why do they have to just throw them into like a lead role? That's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
And if you don't have experience acting, it's not going to go well and people are not going to like it and you're going to be screwed over.
And like, what happened to like perfecting your craft? Like, people go do this for years just to be like, do it right. I love those stories. Like, when you find out that people, this has nothing to do with acting, but like Rihanna with Fenty, like she was wearing the makeup for years before she launched it. Like, I love hearing stuff like that because it's like you working behind the scenes to like really get good at something and then it pays off. Like, it's kind of like an underdog story. Yeah. This is just a a handout. Like, role, basically. Like, they're like,
basically.
And I just wish it wasn't the She's All That remake. I'm really upset about that. Like, I don't like that it was associated with this because now they can never make it. Now this is it. Like, if they just made like a Kissing Booth, Kissing Booth comes from a book, so I don't care about that, right? And that's just those movies. But she's like attached herself permanently to this brand, and I'm upset about it because. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, the point is this movie was just a disappointment.
It was.
I feel like you probably shouldn't waste your time with it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, if you like those type of movies, I think you'll still be fine with it. If you don't like those, don't do it.
But like, there's not even a like, listen, the one thing about teen romance movies too is like the get together at the end is supposed to be super satisfying. I found that this one was not satisfying at all. Like, I left this movie not feeling very satisfied.
This is a little creepy. It might sound creepy, but even their kisses were like, y'all don't look really into this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just at least if it's super cringy, you're like, okay, but at least the romance is cute, or like they get together and you feel resolved at the end. But I was just like, okay, like I was like, all right, sure, that's it, I guess. Like, I was not. It didn't give what it was supposed to give.
You know what? It gave me an itch for more. But like good ones. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like I had to go watch an actual romance movie after that to fill that, void that I was missing from this movie.
And also like teen movies. Why do they keep messing it up? Come on. It's just we can't. Yeah.
So what grade would you give this movie in?
I would, even though I just berated it a bunch of times, I would still give this movie a solid 67.5.
Oh, I thought we were doing letter grades.
Oh, what was that, like a C plus? I think it's a C plus.
Yeah, that's C plus.
Yeah, C plus.
See, I was leaning towards more like a C minus, maybe.
Yeah,
like a like a. 60.
I'm giving it a little bit more points because obviously I'm a She's All That fan, so that it'll appeal to me in that way. But
I'm just, I was not convinced. I was not happy. I was just cringing the whole time, and
I was just like, I was just upset because they had me at the makeover scene. I'm telling you, and the party, it was going well. And then like it had started talking.
That's just the main thing. It had potential. Yeah. It was. They fumbled a little. They
fumbled the bag. That's what it
just didn't work out.
They really did.
Sorry.
It was just. And I'm telling you, they were set up for success when it came to me, okay? Like, all they needed to do was have normal acting, and I probably would have liked this movie, honestly. Like, I probably would have been like, let me give it a B instead, because I would have been like, the romance is cute. If the romance is cute, I forgive a lot of things. Everything, honestly. But, It
basically.
is what it is. Yeah.
So I guess that's it. We didn't come up with the fun question. I just realized, but that's
no,
okay.
we didn't.
It's fine. You know, we're a little rusty. It's been a while. We just wanted to roast this movie straight up. That's all you're gonna get today.
Get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Yeah,
that's what this movie said to me.
Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our review of She's All That. Or sorry, He's All That. You know what? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. He's All That. Clearly we were just exhausted. We're just like, yep, that's it. We're done. And yeah, I guess we'll catch you guys next time.
Yes.
Who knows when that may be, but you'll know.
You will.
Mind your business.
Yeah. Stop. You're a fan. You like us.
Yeah, just remember to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at flickchickspod. If you haven't watched any of our previous episodes, we have like 50 or something out right now. You can go listen to those. I'm sure you haven't watched them all. I'm sure you have not.
Yeah.
So go revisit some old ones, and you know, we will be back on the right track soon.
Yes. We need Hollywood to stop slowing down, you know.
Yeah, it's just Hollywood's really dry right now.
Yeah.
Not much is happening. And we need some more exciting things going on. So hopefully that'll be soon. So we'll catch you guys next time.
All right.
Bye.